here, no matter the time of year.
Now the only thing that'll make me not keep doing this. Oh, no.
A truly marvelous view over the waters. But when it rained, the fog and clouds seemed to smother this cove. But that was when I loved to come here. Over time, I noticed the girl that came here also. She was new here. Well, as new as a few months. Her beautiful brown face was rare around these parts.
Fuck.
From my shelter, I would watch her when she would come to the cove.
You know, the thing is, I don't know
with her, it seemed.
I'd whether or not anybody, y'all can actually see her.
She'd sit in it for a few minutes, then get out, stretch, and take a deep breath, breathing in the mists and the cool New England air. Her hair would start to shimmer as the rain fell upon it. She would close her eyes, then walk towards the rocks on the beach. There was a rock outcropping in particular that she liked. It stuck out into the water, with foamy waves crashing on either side. I too loved the salty, cool sea.
Yeah, I'll probably hear me whispering.
It was the reason I came back here so often and during the rains. I felt calmer and more relaxed. I watched this girl for months, so much so I began to feel at ease around her. Her sense of peace made me want to talk to her, but I was scared. She was one of those people who exuded such a quiet power and confidence. She could cow you without even looking in your direction. Over time, I think she noticed me, but waited for me to make the first move. Gathering myself, I waited for the next rains. It rains heavily at least twice a week here in New England. I could hear the car now. I smiled a bit inside. I had a friend to share the cove with. Hopefully, she won't be offended by my presumptions. She sat on the rocks taking a drink of whatever it was she drank each time. She wore shorts and sneakers frequently. She exposed as much of her skin as possible to the water, which doused her every time. I began my walk to her spot. Although I felt a sense of peace,
I didn't see you. I saw you on the radar.
I had no wish to
disturb. No.
She probably came here as much as I did, to drink in the serenity. I was beginning to wonder if you were ever going to say hello, she said, without looking back. It shocked me that she spoke as though she'd wanted me to come over all this time. I gathered my wits. Hello, I stuttered. I see you like this cove as much as I. My name is Lori. A pleasure to meet you.
You was lucky I ain't have a good night, otherwise you'd have been an ugly-dead motherfucker.
She turned and looked at me with eyes of fiery amber.
Motherfucker!
Then took my hand. Hello, Lori. A pleasure to meet you.
Bang.
My name is Abigail.
Bang.
But please, call me Abby. She smiled. Come sit, Lori. The stones are wet, but I like it. It keeps me cool and the mist feels good against my skin.
Boom.
Thank you so much, but that is your special place. Mine is over there,
what, 15?
I mentioned, pointing behind me. Abby looked over my shoulder and smiled. Very well sheltered. You can't see it from the road, and the trees could hide anything in there. Yes, that's why I like it. I can kind of spy on beachgoers from there, I said. How long have you been coming here? Abby asked me. For years. It used to be
Kill him, please! Murder his face with your dick! Thank you!
Before the town expanded.
Fucking son of a bitch!
We tended that hidey hole of mine. Ours. Helped those trees and bushes grow from seedlings to what they are now, I said, smiling.
Fuck!
You two did good work, even though I didn't notice you there the first few rainy nights I came to your town. Between the mists and fog, I guess I got lost in my own thoughts, Abby said, taking a stone and tossing it gently into the water. The surf camouflaged the sound of it hitting the ocean.
Okay, I get it. You won't be dead.
Me asking.
Fuck out of here.
Where is he?
Fucking
your boyfriend.
Asshole.
Did you two break up? No, I said, trailing off. He died some time ago. This place helps me keep his memory alive. since it was our place. I'm sorry for your loss. Would you like to talk about it, or just sit and watch the surf? I'd like that, watching the surf with you. I feel safe with you here. I don't know why either. You have this air about you, I told her. I get that a lot. Don't ask me why. My dad used to tell me.
Man, I really wish I'd had my special.
Abby stood on the slippery rocks as though she'd been a gymnast with perfect grace and balance. Abigail, he'd say, you're a curious one. You didn't get that damned curiosity from me or your mother. Are you part cat? Abby made a pointing motion downward, emulating her father pointing down at a little child. Come on, Dad, why would you say that? It's something about you, little girl. I'm your father and she's your mama. You should be coming to us to learn things and feel safe, you know?
What, 22?
He'd say, all confounded. Instead, we come to you. You know so much and don't seem scared of anything. I feel safer around you than my biggest friend. Abby's eyes grew solemn then, lost in thought. She smiled softly. You must have really loved your dad, I said, smiling at her. Still do. He's an ornery old man, but it's my pops, she said, sitting once more. Tossing another stone into the sea, her hair matted to the sides of her head. My Jason was a special one. Both of us college-educated, loving science and the ocean. It's why we came to New England, to be near the water, study the critters that lived here, help protect them, I told her. Abigail noticed my sigh and asked if I was okay. I told her I was, then continued. I tried to continue, but couldn't find my voice. Abigail turned around fully to face me, the water touching the small of her back. Lori, what killed you and Jason? She asked me, touching my shoulder. I couldn't deny her amber eyes. We'd come here to guard the turtle hatchlings one summer night. Jason was closest to the water as he made sure the path was clear for the babies to make it back to the sea. It was raining hard that night.
I got the kill, though.
Lots of fog, mist, and wind. I began. I was getting my rain boots from the car. I watched as Jason used a stick to clear rocks and seaweed from the beach. My phone rang, and I went to turn the ringer off so it didn't disturb the turtles. I heard a yell. I thought Jason was calling for me to come down. When I turned his way, I screamed in horror as some scaly thing clawed at Jason's body. Abigail held me steady as I recalled the memory. Go on. I didn't think. I reacted. My man was in trouble. That black-eyed sea thing had my man. Jason would not have hesitated to save me. How could I do any different? Grabbing the fishing rod, I raced to Jason. There was so much blood. Jason had been surprised. He never had a chance to fight. His back was torn to shreds. He tried crawling to me, to yell a warning.
Got it at the last second.
Fear and rage filled me. I told Abigail as my hand shook. I planted the weak end of the fishing pole in the thing's eye. It hissed and lashed out. I opened my shirt to show Abigail the place where the beast ripped open my chest. God, the fire in my chest overcame me. I fell to the ground as it pulled the rod from its remaining good eye. I told her. With what little strength I had left, I tried pulling myself and Jason away from the beach, to the hidey hole. In my mind, as I pulled us slowly up the shore, I liked to think Jason was saying, I love you, through those bloody lips. But I knew he was dead, his eyes locked into mine forever.